Hey, how many of you at some point in your life were fans of the game dodgeball? Like, remember that? Come on, somebody. Yeah, I loved dodgeball. Candidly, I still love dodgeball, and if there was a league for old people who wouldn't become mortally wounded playing dodgeball, I might be in. Okay, I absolutely loved dodgeball. I know there are some places. I know there are some places where dodgeball is kind of outlawed now, and I don't want to, make any political statements, but that's stupid. And so, because it's a great game, like it's a great game. You know, and I got a couple dodgeballs here, and I don't know if you knew this, but dodgeball actually got its origins like in Africa, and it wasn't really like, this is no joke, like, but it wasn't really dodgeball because they didn't have dodgeball. So what you played dodgeball with was large rocks or other heavy objects. No joke. No joke. I bet you they were really good. I bet you they were really good. I mean, if you want to talk about what is it that could help me be somebody like who in the intensity of a dodgeball game could like dive and dodge and duck and dip and all that goes with that, right? Then you would play in Africa with large stones and heavy objects, right? I want to show you a picture actually too. This is the largest dodgeball game in history, okay? You won't really be able to tell it there, and there's like some people even out of that shot, but 6,084 people participated in that dodgeball game. It was on the University of California, and they had kind of every year they would try and top their own Guinness Book of World Record. I feel like with that many people, it'd be really easy to cheat and just stay in. But somehow they actually like manage this game every year and kind of continue to try and grow it and make it bigger. And I loved it, right? Because there's this dynamic of, right, you could catch the ball when somebody threw it at you and you could get them out that way from the opposing team. But more often than not, for your own safety and staying in the game, you were literally trying to dodge something that was coming or dip or duck or dive out of the way, right, to avoid all that goes with that, right? I mean, it was a great game. It is a great game. It is a great game. Here's the thing about dodgeball. I think that more of us are playing dodgeball than really realize. We're still involved in the game. It doesn't happen anymore to be played necessarily for most of us with a physical ball and a line in the middle of a court and some other targets and a really obvious enemy. But we are spending lots of our life dodging certain things and trying to dip and get under and duck and miss and dive to get out of the way of certain things in our life. Most of them, more times than not, come some form like in something we would call like packaged inside of pain, or the dodgeball of pain, or like a discomfort or a loss, or right. And what happens is we actually get really good in life at dodging these things. We get really good. Like, hey, my way of dealing with the pain or something that's coming, or the hardship or the betrayal, is I'm just really good at dodging it. And when it comes up and it starts to resurface a little bit, we dodge it, or we move out of the way, or we kind of feel like we let it go, or we let that emotion subside for the time being, or whatever it is, and we get on with our life. But here's the challenge. Every time we dodge it, dodgeballs have a way in real life of also somehow functioning a little bit like a boomerang. And it is still coming back around, like it's coming again. And so then you have to be aware of it from another direction. All the while there's other pain or disappointment or whatever it is still coming at us. We're really, really, really good at dodging it. The problem is that we actually are using energy to dodge that. Right? I mean, it takes energy to see it coming or to feel it rising up, to move out of the way, let it pass by, suppress it, squash it down, whatever it is we're going to do, have an outbreak or whatever, and miss it. We use a lot of energy to do that. Now, some of us, we get so used to it, we've done it for so long, that we're used to actually living without that energy available for other things. But what if instead of using energy to dodge and duck and dive and dip out of the way of the pain, what if we could use the energy to go after the pain? What if we could use the energy to actually find some type of resolution and then redistribute the energy to other things that we would actually rather use the energy on?